Welcome into the light, and today we're shedding light on a missing elderly woman. She's 72 years old. She has gone missing out of Jacksonville, Florida, and she has last been spotted right now out of Hinesville area, Georgia. So she can be anywhere, honestly, at this point. Last seen traveling up the East Coast, possibly. Before we get into some details, please make sure that you have hit the share button right now to please spread the word so that more people are aware of who Margaret Hanley is and are seeing her face across the screen, as well as the information about her vehicle that is to the side of me here. Navy veteran Margaret Hanley was last seen inside of her home in Jacksonville, Florida on February 9th. She has not been seen or heard from since. Now, her family, along with the local police, are desperately trying to find the 72-year-old mother, but have gotten few answers since her disappearance almost 12 days ago at this point. Her son has expressed that trying to find her has caused great emotional distress to the family. He stated that the brother and sister are distraught and not eating or sleeping very well. They just want to get their mom home. Concern grew within the family when they tried calling their mother and couldn't reach her. She apparently left with her vehicle sometime around February 9th. They filed a missing persons report with local police. The son also checked his mother's bank account, and they were alarmed at what they found. Margaret had been sending large payments to an unknown source, which is what was flagged as unusual and concerning. They do have worries that she could be a victim of a scam. They had seen increments being taken out of about $200, and there was another check that was made out for either, I saw, one report said $10,000, a different report said $12,000. And it was made out to an individual. They did follow up on that person who was in Texas. There is more information on that story in a Nancy Grace video, which I will upload separately right after this is posted, because there's a lot more details in that is worth watching separately. Now, this part is purely speculative on my end, but if they have concerns of a scam going on, if that is not local. I know that they said they are checking to try to find if there's any bank or ATM cameras. I also hope that they are checking to see if there's any wire businesses in the area, if maybe she was involved in any overseas romance scams. That's something that maybe she was withdrawing cash for and trying to send it that way. Unfortunately, that is incredibly common with elderly individuals, that they are targeted in that form of the way, not knowing, of course, if her technical abilities and that kind of stuff, if that's somewhere that she would have been targeted. Now, moving on to Margaret's habits and if there's any concerns about her abilities, mental capabilities, and her typical day. Margaret does own a vehicle, which is shown here. This is a photo of her actual vehicle. It's a 2001 silver Toyota Rav4. Based on cell phone activity, the car has traveled through the northern Florida cities of Gainesville and Stark. Margaret's family drove to Stark, and they have shared a photo of their mother with gas station attendants. In recent days, her cell phone has pinged in Hinesville, Georgia, and her debit card was also used at gas stations in Georgia on February 12th. However, her son stated that his mother's not known for driving much at all, especially out of state. Now, this photo that I'm sharing right here was actually recovered from one of the gas stations, and she's shown here in this denim dress. So please take note of this image captured from a video frame, because it will probably be the best representation of her in her current state. Margaret's son went on to explain that she does suffer from short-term memory loss. He said if you ask her what she had for lunch today, she might not remember. But if you ask her, hey, where were you 10 years ago? And she would say, I was stationed here, I was stationed there. Now, Florida does have a silver alert to help find missing seniors, especially those suffering from cognitive impairments such as Alzheimer's disease. However, the alert wouldn't help if Margaret traveled outside of the state. This has put some limited resources from the local law enforcement in regard to this case. The children of Margaret have actually reached out to a private investigator already to try to get some help. To state, I figured the more people looking and chasing down the leads, the better. Which, as somebody that covers many of these cases, is honestly one of the best things that he could have done. Now, many friends are also helping with the search, posting information like Margaret's missing persons poster on Facebook and other social media platforms. Anita Ramirez, who said that she served with Margaret Hanley in the Navy, feels worried about her friend's whereabouts. She stated, "I had the honor of being stationed with this great lady at Naval Hospital, Guam. She's a proud veteran, a strong leader, and a woman of integrity." Faith Community Church of Orange Park also posted on their Facebook, "Our dear friend Margaret Hanley, a proud veteran and cherished extended member of our church family, has been reported missing. Margaret is known for their kindness, faith, and unwavering service to both our country and our community. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office." And just as a reminder for the details, Margaret is 5'11", approximately 140 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, 72 years old. 2001 silver Toyota Rav4 license plate ESMF23. She was last seen at the Oglethorpe Highway and Timberland Circle using flock cameras in the Liberty County, Georgia area. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Ms. Hanley or her vehicle, please contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in Florida at 904-630-0500. Once again, this is a 72-year-old missing woman who does have short-term memory loss. She has the family desperately missing her. They don't care about the money that is missing from her bank account. All they want is her back home. Please share this video. Please get it to as many people as you can, and please be on the lookout for her or this vehicle. I will also follow up to this video the interview that Nancy Grace just did, which goes into some more details about Margaret's case. She did a full interview with Margaret's son, and it really does shed some light into more about this possibility and concept of Margaret possibly falling for some type of scam. If I hear of anything else or have any updates in this case, as always, I will post them. So please make sure that you are following me for those. Thank you so much for giving the time to this case and for Margaret. Hopefully she is found soon and she does make it home safely to her family. Remember, be kind to one another, stay safe, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.
He's a very friendly person, very smart person, and I just don't know how someone could have taken advantage of her like that. It's just kind of sad. It's just like a loss for words. I almost feel like a bad kid for not, being there more or not checking in more, the type of things that you run through when something like this happens.
This picture is of her at the gas station in Stark. Most recently, the truck pinged in Hinesville, Georgia. Thompson added that his mother has short-term memory loss.
Like, if you asked her what she had for lunch today, she might not be able to remember that. But you ask her, hey, where were you 10 years ago? And she'll be able to tell you I was stationed here or stationed there. Just kind of at a loss for words and don't know what the next steps are. I've even reached out and hired a private investigator. I figured the more people looking and chasing down leads, the better it will be. I'm just trying to keep my focus and energies on being positive and just trying to chase down leads and give them to detectives and just try to bring her home.